moved into the area in the last hour or so. We're going to check in. Ray Stasiuk has a pretty good explanation of how things are going to be shaping up here in the next little bit. So let's check in with Ray first off.
So roll through this morning with a few showers, maybe some periods of steadier rain, periods of rain this afternoon, 80. Rain showers early tonight, then we cleared as Florence pulls away, 65. Tuesday, sunshine, some afternoon clouds. How about this, 88. Wednesday, plenty of sun in the upper 80s, and we got a chance at 90 degrees or higher on Thursday with more sun than clouds. Let's go low 90s. Friday, a few clouds around upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stasiuk from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Looking at the WCLU constant coverage in-studio radar screen, just some very light mist that has moved into the south-central Kentucky area. It's most of it's not showing up on the radar screen, but we have a bit hitting us right here in the Glasgow Barron County area. There's some more north through Hart County into the greater Elizabethtown area this morning, but it really still hadn't clicked over in the rain gauge yet, so we're still at zero, even though the roadways are damp around here. The barometer is at 29.89. The winds are out of the north at a couple of miles an hour, and the current temperature reading is 71 degrees here at the studios of WCLU on this Monday morning, the 17th day of September. Round one of local news. Let's go to the newsroom and news director Wes Royce. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Henry. For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce, and Farmers RECC has dispatched 6 linemen and essential equipment to assist cooperatives in South Carolina with power restoration caused by Hurricane Florence. Farmers RECC has been working closely with the Kentucky Association of Electric Cooperatives and with other electric cooperatives to coordinate restoration efforts. Farmers RECC crews were dispatched to Berkeley Electric Cooperative based on Moncks Corner, South Carolina, where they will be ready to restore power after Hurricane Florence moves through the area. 17-year-old Danielle Zilligan, along with her sister, 15-year-old Olivia Zilligan, went missing this weekend, according to the Glasgow Police Department. Both girls were last seen on Friday, leaving for school around 7:15 a.m. on Leslie Avenue in Glasgow, and were believed to be in the company of a Monique Williams. However, the two missing juveniles, 15-year-old Olivia Zilligan and 17-year-old Danielle Zilligan, were reported to have been located and safe as of yesterday morning. The Glasgow Police Department would like to thank those who provided information that helped in the Golden Alert investigation. On Wednesday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Weldon Park in reference to a female that had been dragged by a vehicle. On further investigation, officers determined that a female victim had her arm over the driver's side door of a vehicle being operated by Joshua Thies when he became angry and took off driving with her arm and stuck in the door. He then made an abrupt right turn, causing her to fall to the ground. Joshua John Thies, age 29, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with wanton endangerment first degree. The arrest was made by Officer Nick Houchins. Also over the weekend, John Adams, age 26, was arrested for 2 counts of domestic violence, fleeing or evading police, and alcohol intoxication in a public place, first and second offense. The arrest was made by the Barron County Sheriff's Office. The Glasgow Police Department arrested Summer Ray Eagle, age 50, on charges of possession of a controlled substance, first-degree methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Also, John McPhee, age 42, was arrested by the Glasgow Police Department on charges of trafficking in a controlled substance, methamphetamine, possession of a controlled substance, third degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, and prescription controlled substance not in proper container. This information is according to the Barron County Detention Center's website. More local news when we continue here on WCLU. Right now, it is 71 degrees in downtown Glasgow. It is 6:11.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo-Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Car.
In more local news at this hour, Friday morning, the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce kicked off Industry Appreciation Week, and this year's honorees for Industry of the Year are Federal Mogul. The automotive manufacturer recently announced an expansion to their facility located in one of Glasgow's industrial parks, the Idea Park on the south side of the city, manufacturing brake parts. Continuing with Industry Appreciation Week, tomorrow night is the annual Evening with Industry at Barron County High School, followed by the annual Industry Appreciation Golf Tournament on Friday at the Barron River Lake State Resort Park. In more Chamber of Commerce news, the 2018-19 Leaders of the Future class was introduced at a press conference last week. Representing Glasgow Independent School District are Lindsay Belcher, Emma Bunch, Maya Cassidy, Carson Connor, Catherine Harden, Caroline Murphy, Jackson Bauer, Grant Gatlin, Hewitt Lesenberry, and Nina McMurtry. Also representing the Barron County School District are Rachel Bertram, Rihanna Britt, River Byrne, Gracie Deckard, Aaliyah Kate Harper, Julia Kinsman, Flora Lynn, Macy Lockhart, Riley Joe Matthews, Riley Pritchard, Mary Schalk, Megan Shirley, and Sandra Ross. The Leaders of the Future program is a highly selective program available to 8th and 9th grade students from the Barron, Glasgow, and Glasgow Christian Academy school systems. The class began with a retreat at the Barron River Lake State Resort Park and will continue throughout the year with sessions in agriculture, government, law, media, and marketing, as well as healthcare, quality of life, and other areas around the community. And in local 911 activity overnight, just yesterday afternoon, the Barron County Sheriff's Office, Barron Metcalf EMS, and the Park City Volunteer Fire Department responded to a motor vehicle accident with injury at 117 Old Dixie Highway. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. Right now it is 6:15, 71 degrees in Glasgow.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
At U.S. Bank, just picture what you can do with a low home equity rate. Cook up a new kitchen, say ID to the perfect wedding. If you can picture it, you can do it with a U.S. Bank home equity line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead, bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. The Rowan County coroner says the 9-year-old boy crews have been searching for was found dead from an apparent drowning. Bryce Combs was swept away by floodwaters on the 9th. Director of Moorhead Emergency Management, Ronnie Day, tells WYMT he was found yesterday buried in a pile of debris by a man walking along the creek.
He located the body went up to the road and flagged the citizen down, and the citizen made the call and then stayed with the gentleman till we got the proper authorities to where they were located at.
Bryce's body is on its way to Frankfurt, where it will undergo a full autopsy. Kentucky officials say utility truck rack manufacturer has decided to invest more than $1.3 million and create 25 full-time jobs at a facility in southern Kentucky. Governor Matt Bevin's office says Racket Truck Racks, Inc. plans to purchase and upgrade an existing facility in Clinton County. A 4-year-old boy is suffering from life-threatening injuries after being hit by a car during a UK football game. The crash happened near Kroger Field Stadium Saturday. Lexington Police Sergeant Stephen Yoder said the incident is a tragedy.
It's a tragedy on both sides, obviously, and in my opinion, more so for a young child that was struck and injured with life-threatening injuries.
He told WKYT authorities arrested 18-year-old Jacob Heil and charged him with driving under the influence. Heil is a freshman at the University of Kentucky. And the Blue Angels hit the sky this weekend for the Owensboro Air Show. The team performed around the riverfront before a crowd of thousands of people, including first-time watchers and longtime fans. The show was also filled with performances and flybys by other aircraft. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Stay.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC.
To know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Okay, Mom. The gutters are clean and I fixed the doorknob. Anything else?
Yes, you can help me figure out what to do with my money in the CD at the bank. It's about to mature and I don't know what to do with it.
Well, here's what I do. I'd use the money and buy an annuity from Woodman. As far as rates go, it's competitive with a CD, sometimes even better. And the earnings on your money will grow tax-deferred until you withdraw it.
And that's good, right?
Oh, that's very good, because you defer income taxes so you have more money for compounding. And unlike a mutual fund, a fixed annuity guarantees you'll never lose your principal no matter how long you live.
So how'd you get so smart?
I'm sure it came from my mother.
Hi, I'm Jeff Sneed, your local Woodman of the World representative. Find out more about Woodman's full line of annuity products by calling me at 270-646-0354.
Insurance protection, financial security. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society of Omaha, Nebraska. Woodman, with you through life.
71 degrees, 621 at WCLU. Light rain falling throughout the area. Nothing that's going to be heavy, but it will be menacing as the roads are damp on your way into work and school today. In area funeral announcements this hour, Aline Fern Alley, age 69, of Cave City, died Saturday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. She was born in 1949 to the late Rudolph and Mary Carson Smith in Kingsville, Missouri. She was preceded in death by her husband, Gilbert Ray Woodcock. She was a member of the Elm Springs Baptist Church in Missouri and was employed at the Kentucky Action Park in Cave City. Survivors include 3 daughters, Tina Strickland of Holden, Missouri, Gina Frazee of Cave City, and Jennifer Graham of Odessa, Missouri. Two brothers, J.R. Smith of Virginia and Terry Joe Smith of Alaska. Two sisters, Ruth Ann Davis and Mary Rempfer, both of Missouri. 8 grandchildren, Randall Strickland, Riley Strickland, Lacey Frazee, Casey Frazee, Morgan Frazee, Weston Frazee, Dakota Graham, Cheyenne Graham, and 2 great-grandchildren, Hartley Beatty and Cutter Beatty. Funeral services for Aline Fern Alley will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon at the Bob Hunt Funeral Chapel, Cave City. Visitation is from 3 until 4 this afternoon. Cremation was chosen. Jerry Lee Reese, age 69, of Glasgow, died Thursday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. Survivors include his wife, Mary Whitson Reese, a son, Stacy Reese of Knoxville, a grandson, Maxwell C. Reese of Knoxville, 2 stepchildren, Yolanda Nelson of White House, Tennessee, and Louis Loza of Cordova, Tennessee, 4 step-grandchildren, Gabriel Nelson, Gavin Lozan, Maxwell Loza, and Amelia Loza, all of Tennessee, 2 sisters, Caroline Belcher and Judy Bowles, both of Bowling Green, 2 aunts and uncles, and several nieces and nephews also survive. Services for Jerry Lee Reese will be Thursday at 1 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with cremation to follow. Visitation Wednesday from 4 until 8, and Thursday until time for service. The family requests alternate expressions of sympathy take the form of memorial contributions to the funeral home to assist in funeral expenses or donations to the March of Dimes organization. Rachel Sue Tinsley, age 74, of Glasgow, died Saturday at Diversicare. Survivors include her husband Richard, 2 sons, Danny Ray Tinsley of Glasgow and Steve Tinsley of Hendersonville, Tennessee, 2 grandchildren, Madeline and George Tinsley, 3 brothers, Marvin Combs and Lawrence Combs of Glasgow and Harlan Combs of Franklin, a sister, Eva Davis of Florida, and several nieces and nephews. Services for Rachel Sue Tinsley will be at 11 o'clock Tuesday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Happy Valley Memorial Gardens. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. Services for Adam Jason A.J. Thomas will be today at 2 o'clock at the O'Rourke United Methodist Church. Burial will follow in the O'Rourke United Methodist Church Cemetery. Visitation begins at 12 noon today at the church. Service for Raymond Eugene Appleby, age 82, of Burkesville, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Norris New Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Burkesville Cemetery. Services for Magdalene Denny Bunch, age 84, of Glasgow, will be today at 2 p.m. at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins after 10:30 this morning. A graveside service and burial for John Stephen Cherry, age 69, of Bowling Green, will be at 10 o'clock Wednesday at the Woodburn Cemetery. Arrangements by the Hardy & Son Funeral Homes, Bowling Green Chapel. Funeral services for Chapacha Pat May Gaunts, age 80, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock Tuesday at the Glasgow Baptist Church. Burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be at the church from 2 o'clock until 8 o'clock today and Tuesday morning from 10 a.m. until time for service. Arrangements under the direction of the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Services for Hattie Wilson Saxton, age 91, of Smiths Grove, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial to be in the Pine Grove Presbyterian Church Cemetery. Services for David Charles Tennell Sr., age 75, of Edmonton, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Edmonton Baptist Church. Burial to follow in the Medcalf County Memorial Gardens. Visitation will be today from 4 until 8 and after 9 o'clock Monday until time for services at the church. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Making your funeral arrangements in advance is one last wonderful gift you can give the loved ones who will be left behind. By freeing them from the burden of many details, you give them time to do the work of grieving and caring for one another.
This is Follis Crow.
Okay.
Let us help you with the reflection and remembrance.
Okay.
A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home in Glasgow. We're here for you.
Did you know termites cause over $5 billion in property damage each year?
Luckily, you can protect your home with Aero Exterminators and the Centricon system with always active technology. Centricon creates a protective barrier around your home to stop termites before they ever have the chance to attack. It is truly investment protection for your home. The pros at Aero Exterminators also specialize in pest, mosquito, and fire ant control. And you can feel good knowing that all services are backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. All you have to do is schedule a free home evaluation, and a licensed Aero professional will come to your home and inspect, identify, and then treat in the most environmentally responsible method available today. Call 888-GO-AERO or visit aeroexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-AERO or aeroexterminators.com. It's not just pest control, it's Aero Exterminators Pest Control.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new...
Check out the deals at Gillyhide Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Brought to you by McDonald's.
What's your morning matchup? With McDonald's $3 breakfast deals, you can save big on your favorite breakfast sandwiches. Try a buttermilk crispy chicken biscuit or bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Choose any size hot coffee or any size sweet tea or soft drink, both just $3 for a limited time only. It's a toasty, sweet, savory way to make your morning routine a little better at McDonald's. A la carte only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
When you hear Florence, Tropical Depression Florence, or remnants of Florence affecting our area, I certainly don't want anybody to get too concerned. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to have some rainfall, and maybe even at times some pockets of heavier showers. Right now we don't see anything in the way of disastrous flooding, so we certainly don't want to paint that picture. The heaviest rainfall should be off to our north and northeast. But we do have at least a few showers and some periods of rain in our forecast here as we move on through today. But for the rest of the week, once we get past that, we should have high pressure settling back in and some beautiful weather. And with that area of high pressure coming in, we should see temperatures respond to a little more in the way of sunshine. So right now it looks like the rain totals are most likely going to be anywhere from a quarter inch to maybe up to an inch in some spots off to the east. Some of the heavier totals may exceed an inch or two, where heavier showers may fall, even on up toward our northeast, Louisville, and as you head on off toward Richmond and points north of that. So roll through this morning with a few showers, maybe some periods of steadier rain, periods of rain this afternoon, 80. Rain showers early tonight, then we cleared as Florence pulls away, 65. Tuesday, sunshine, some afternoon clouds. How about this, 88. Wednesday, plenty of sun in the upper 80s, and we got a chance at 90 degrees or higher on Thursday with more sun than clouds. Let's go low 90s. Friday, a few clouds around upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the constant let's look at the constant coverage in studio radar screen here. Let me get my work and hear what I'm saying. Constant coverage in studio radar screen. Some light shower activity here all throughout south central Kentucky. Nothing that is adding up much in the rain gauge, but it is adding up in the damp pavement that we have out there. A heavier wave of rain looks like it's going to be coming in. It's over around Greenville and Central City right now. It'll be coming in as the morning progresses. So look for the rain to pick up a little bit. Right now the humidity is at 86%. The winds are out of the north at 5 miles an hour. Barometer is at 29.89, and no precip recorded in the rain gauge, but it's not going to take much before it ticks over to 1/100th here as we approach today. Weather brought to you by the folks fixing breakfast for you at your local McDonald's. Coming up, we're going to have the birthday list, and we're going to be having the archives for you as well. So get ready to hang with us on WCLU.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the Magic Man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
The best place to go during a storm is a basement, closet, or bathroom. Cover your head and listen for important weather information. When severe weather hits, WCLU 1490 is right on the pulse of the storm to give you the latest weather information and to keep you safe.
Those are all true statements, but we're going to listen to them one at a time, and we'll come back and check the birthdays straight ahead. Are you someone who thinks when summer is over, so is the fresh supply of homegrown things to eat? Well, you need to get familiar with Ken Davis Produce. At Ken Davis Produce, they have delicious homegrown sugar baby watermelons ready to eat now. Some folks just can't do without tomatoes, and Ken Davis Produce appreciates that, which is why they have a selection of delicious vine-ripened tomatoes ready for your dinner table. Their produce is always the best, and so are their prices. 10-pound bag of Idaho potatoes, $3.49. 3-pound bag of apples for $1, and an entire half bushel of sweet potatoes, just $12.95. Ken Davis Produce has everything you'll need for fall decorating, and for the coldest of mornings, they have everything you can put on a hot biscuit, from jams and jellies to sorghum. Accepting SNAP, credit, and debit cards. We're ready to help you welcome fall at Ken Davis Produce. Open 8 till 5 Monday through Saturday. Located on 6880 just past Wright Implement and next to Farmers Livestock Market. You know, Ralphie's Fun Center has mastered the art of fun. The art of making a birthday party fun. And you need to plan yours. Give them a call. They need very little information. Just want to check some things out with you. And you're going to have a very enjoyable birthday celebration. Where did he say? At Ralphie's Fun Center. That's where. Let me tell you about our birthday honorees today, including... well, first of all, let me start off with one from yesterday. It came in yesterday. We didn't get it on, but we got it on today. It's Annabelle Wilson. Annabelle Wilson turned 7 years old yesterday. We have Chastity Wyatt turning 36 today. Eddie Pettigo. Yes, that's right. Eddie Pettigo. Our good friend up the street here is having a big birthday today. His mama called up to wish Eddie a happy birthday today. John Boy Jackson is 42. Calvin Wheeler is 62, and that is a wish from his wife. Jonathan Jesse is 39 today. Krista Greer has a birthday. Jacoby Botts. Twins Greg Allen and Michael Allen, twin brothers, with birthdays today. We also have Howard Bull, Mary Nunn, Charlie Lowry, Shirley Bacon. Melvin Atwell is 51 today, and we've got a nice couple having a wedding anniversary, and that is, let's see, it is Randall and Frances Cash. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. We got a lot of nice folks tuned in today online and on Facebook Live and WCLUradio.com. Greetings there from Sharon Peterson, from Anthony Thomas. Josh Fields is watching. There's Sharon Peterson again on there. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So's Lana Hatcher watching today. Miss Terry Pruitt has a birthday, and she is thankful for the rain. And yes, we are thankful for the rain because we will put it to good use there, Terry. We have Linda Thomas, who is tuned in this morning as well. Thank y'all for joining us on the Facebook Live. It's a good way to take us wherever you're going, and we want to be a part of that for sure. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. We're going to go ahead and, let's see here, tell you that it's 6:35, and we're going to be coming right back and getting into the archives right now here on WCLU. Do we have a special guest? We do have a special guest. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Before I play the intro to the archives, this is the most exciting part of our day because of the fact that we have people who are involved in Harvest of History who are helping us out here, and we have a guest from the past. We're going on the radio right live, Mr. Rice. This is Mr. Ellis Rice of Rice's radio and TV fame, who is going to join us right now on the radio this morning. Mr. Rice, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning, Henry. Just fine.
Is everybody all right where you are today?
I guess so. Just me and the cat.
Yeah, well, you know, when I was thinking about the fact that you were going to be in the harvest of history, the name Rice is a big name around here. Rice's radio and TV is a fixture locally around here. But to tell the truth, you're not really from here, are you, sir?
No, I was born in far eastern Kentucky in the Paintsville area, 1917, and I was 20 years old when I came to Glasgow. I came to answer the job, wanted ad for the Philco radio repairman, and at that time it was the depths of the Depression, and it really hit eastern Kentucky hard. It hit here too, but not nearly as bad. So I was happy to come to a more prosperous place.
Yeah, and probably there weren't a whole lot of people around that time who knew how to work on a Philco radio, was there?
Oh no, there was a considerable demand, I understand, and it was really great opportunity to come here.
So you put your expertise, and it must have been exciting to have brought so much technology and knowledge to this community from over in far eastern Kentucky, Mr. Rice.
Well, I guess so. Radio was 10, 12 years old now. It had caught on and taken the country by storm. People just were thrilled to be able to have a box to have them, play music and news and dramas and whatever. And then, of course, television come along 20 years later and really took over. So I was happy. I was proud to be part of all that.
I was thinking about your history. Everybody enjoyed that box, as you just mentioned, Mr. Rice, sitting around. But I'm sure that probably in your career you have fixed a bunch of radios with a bunch of people in the room sitting around. Can't wait for you to get it fixed so you could turn it on. Probably a lot of pressure there, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, sure was.
But you did it. You maintained that patience that you were well known for. Even though you were well known here as the owner-operator of Rice's Radio and TV, the fact is that the face of Rice's, the face that people saw when they walked in the front door, was a much prettier face. You want to talk about that?
Oh, I guess you're talking about my better half, Eleanor.
Yes.
Eleanor Bivey. Actually, she was, I was hired as the radio repairman, like I said, Mr. Falk Furniture Company, and he hired a pretty young girl, Eleanor Bibby, right out of high school. She was about 4 years younger than me, as the bookkeeper.
Oh, okay.
And she was quite accomplished. She had taken extra courses in high school, had certificates of achievement in bookkeeping at the time. Anyway, she and I hit it off pretty good. We got married a little later. And she followed me a course all through, and then until we started our own business in 1946.
That was a great combination for sure.
Oh yeah, a little maternity leave here and there, but she was there most of the time. And in about 1960, we bought out a record shop that was up on the square and moved it into our facility. We sold phonograph records pretty much up until compact discs ran them out, and she was very good at that. She would custom order the inventory for what customers around here liked, and many people remember coming in to talk with her, and she would actually demonstrate play the 45s for them.
Remember,
most record shops that faded out through the years, but she kept doing it up until the end.
Remember it well. What a treat it was. One more fast question here. I don't want to give up your discussion you're going to have at the Harvest of History on Friday and Saturday night, but that airplane down there in the lobby of the Cultural Center, there's pictures of you, and there's a connection in there, but you're going to tell us the rest of the story about this big airplane in the lobby down there at the Cultural Center, Mr. Rice.
Well, you might know that aviation was one of many hobbies I had, and I was always fascinated with airplanes. And in the 50s, I got my pilot's license, and I owned several planes through the years. And I always had a dream of building my own airplane.
Okay.
And by 1970 or so, I joined the EAA, that's Experimental Aircraft Association. That's a nationwide society of like-minded people, and got some tips from many experts, and I purchased a set of plans and some stock aluminum and began to make my own airplane. took over 5 years. It was almost finished about the time I passed. And then friends completed it, but it was in storage for like 20 years. The local museum that was started by Beulah Nunn and many other people was nearing completion, I think right around 2000, and they noticed the big lobby that they have when you come in, and they said, "Boy, I wish we had an airplane to hang there like the Smithsonian does."
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Hey, I know where there is one," and they contacted the family, so they donated it, and there it hangs for all to see, and honor a little bit of my legacy, I guess, still hangs there in the museum.
And people get to enjoy that when they walk in the front door. That airplane. It's nice to know the rest of that story, and we can tell you there's going to be a lot more of the rest of the story for people to learn on Friday and Saturday nights of this week when they come see you, Mr. Forrest Ellis Rice, as one of the folks who were going to celebrate their legacy at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center and the Harvest of History here on Friday and Saturday. I'm sure that you're looking forward to seeing lots and lots of your former customers up there to visit with you this weekend in the cemetery, Mr. Rice.
Okay, well, I look forward to it as well.
All right, and I appreciate you calling us up here and be willing to share so much. Thank you. That's Mr. Ellis Rice, famous Rice's Radio and TV shop proprietor, who is going to be in the Harvest of History. Be sure and realize that it starts at 6 o'clock on Friday night and 6 o'clock on Saturday night, and the last tour begins at 8 o'clock on Friday night and Saturday night. Everybody goes to the Cultural Center and buys a ticket and gets on the bus, and you ride up to the cemetery, and it is going to be absolutely, absolutely fabulous. And I hear tell that we have equally as interesting folks calling in the rest of the week, so you don't want to miss this part of the archive.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
What could be better than having Mr. Ellis Rice on the airwaves this morning talking about the Harvest of History? Well, I can tell you, Sam Terry is going to be here to talk about history in general as a part of the archives. And Sam, I don't know whether you got to hear much of the interview there with Mr. Ellis Rice or not, but I get the feeling that's going to be a fascinating presentation up there this weekend.
I think it certainly will, and he was a fascinating person, and so many of us have marveled at the airplane hanging in the lobby of the Cultural Center, and it will be a real treat to know more about what took place to cause that plane to be there.
I am excited about that. Just don't want to miss that for sure. Well, why don't we do some archiving ourselves, since we're going back in the annals of time here, Sam Terry, which is sort of like you have become, I guess, somewhat of an expert on history around here because you are wise beyond your years. So some of these things, you know, when we have some stories from the past that Sam is not familiar with, and we really got us something right there for sure. All right, we're going to 1918. Now, this is something to think about. I'm sure this got some of the locals upset here, Sam. 100 years ago today, the story in the Glasgow Republican, you may not be able to buy buggies next season, as the government is talking of cutting out the making of them. Now, what kind of a government doesn't want you to own a buggy and cut out the making of them? But just in case the government comes through with it, we have them now. Buy now and save money. They are getting higher every week. Guess where? Bradford Brothers. Now, how's that? What's your take on that, Sam?
I don't really know why they would have been talking about discontinuing the manufacture of buggies, but it sounds like a great advertising ploy for Bradford Brothers.
That's right.
Sell some buggies.
Say, we don't know if the government's going to do this or not, but you need to make sure you have a buggy no matter what. That's a pretty good way to do it, you think? Of course, they were quite the entrepreneurs, and they were involved in a lot of things, but just in case the government says no more buggies, come get yours at Bradford Brothers, 1918. I bet they sold out, don't you?
I bet they did, too.
1928, this was the news that all the schools are going with attendance reasonably good. The Board of Education has been rather lenient. They've been rather lenient on pupils who were kept at home on account of work, but as tobacco cutting is over, the children who have been out of school should return at once. That was always, part of the legacy of our area, where, folks could, go to school, except for the fact that when we had to have you on the farm, feeding the family and the dinner table outranked school, certainly by a long shot. But then there were those who tried to, scale back and be slow to return to school, and they kind of wanted to turn up the heat on that one, Sam. Think about having to choose between the two. Some of the work would have been so hard you probably couldn't wait to get to school.
That's true.
All right, 1938, here's the news that we have from 1938. From Temple Hill, let's see here. I want to make sure I'm getting the right one here. This is about a barn and its contents going up in flames. A comparatively new and commodious barn of Buford Perkins near Slick Rock was burned to the ground Monday afternoon, and guess what? Along with 2,500 sticks of tobacco, a large quantity of hay and corn, and other feedstuff. Origin was not definitely established, according to our information, but it was believed to have caught fire from fires used in firing tobacco. It is understood that no insurance was carried, and the loss will be pretty heavy for these good people. So let's throw that back another one. Think of all the young good people who put that up in the barn.
Absolutely, and what a devastating loss. We don't think about such things like that today, and thinking of losing your entire livelihood in the loss of a barn like that.
Well, your year's worth of income for sure. Yeah. Unbelievable, and quite a loss. I think that you can kind of hear that in the newspaper writers, where it says it's understood that no insurance was carried and the loss will be pretty heavy for these good people. They are good people, except their barn burned down, and now they got a real problem for sure. That was 1938 in the Slick Rock community. All right, 1948, here's what we have. We have news from Fountain Run. The great mob of people who turned out for the school festival here Friday night proves that a rainstorm does not keep Fountain Run people at home. We never questioned that, did we, Sam?
Not at all.
Schoolrooms were jammed with the throng, and everyone seemed anxious to spend his money. The cakewalk changed to a cake stand, and we stood many times, but just couldn't win one of those delicious, good-looking home-baked cakes. We think Mr. Murphy and his corps of workers need a cheer for the manner in which they handled the wet crowd, keeping them interested and happy, and at the same time making it pay for the school. Bass Gum again deserves laurels for his showmanship as an auctioneer. Now, those are some good Fountain Run names coming in here. The Gums and Mr. Murphy, and sounds to me like they all got together to make money for the school there in 1948, and the rain was absolutely not a hindrance whatsoever. They were going to support their school, 1948 Fountain Run.
A great cause.
Yeah, that's right. And there's a whole lot of, a lot of great stories about fall festivals and school get-togethers, things of that nature, making us a strong community. How about a strong community? In 1958, one of our youngsters was doing good here in 1958. His name was Mr. Henry Dickinson, the son of Judge and Mrs. Brent Dickinson, Jr. This day has embarked upon his new duties as a law clerk to Judge Morris Montgomery in the Kentucky Court of Appeals. Now, Mr. Dickinson is a graduate of the UK Law School. He has passed the bar examination. He and Mrs. Dickinson, the former Emmy Lou Miller, are making their home in Lexington, where she is a senior at the University of Kentucky. Talking about a young couple that hit the ground running and had a whole lot in their future. That's what was happening in 1958 for Mr. and Mrs. Dickinson. And, of course, history would tell us that they moved back to Glasgow and both became model citizens for a great number of years there, Sam.
They did, and, of course, Henry Dickinson retired as a federal bankruptcy judge.
That's right.
So, the law was a huge part of his life, and he was excellent in practicing it and promoting its proper use.
That is, there's no question about that one, for sure. Now let's move 10 years later to 1968, but let's hang with lawyers, okay? This day in 1968, 3 new attorneys were admitted to the practice of law in Barron County. Bob Richardson, who I think we know as Bobby Richardson, Danny Brandstetter, and Walter Wynn Davis. 3 new attorneys admitted to the practice of law in Barron County in 1968. 3 excellent attorneys. And I don't know if you've ever been up in Walter Wynn Davis's office up there, but he's got that picture hanging up there where he and Danny and Bobby were being sworn in. I think it must have been Judge Kaz Walden swearing them in. Do you think that's who it was?
I think it probably was.
Yeah, but I just can't remember I just remember how young. I was taken aback by how young those lawyers looked, so I didn't pay much attention to the judge, at least in that picture from 1968. Bringing on some new barristers there and giving them the proper credit. All right, this day in 1978, this was certainly recognition of a legacy. 1978, effective January the 8th of the coming year, President Dero Downing will retire, citing health reasons, as the president of Western Kentucky University. And certainly one that took the university leaping forward in terms of serving the community and programs offered. And certainly I know it was a bittersweet day when Dero Downing retired, Sam.
It would have been. It remains a legend.
No question about it.
History and Southern Kentucky history.
A lot of things each day we could tie back to his forethought and wisdom. All right, let's go to 1988. Speaking of leaders who had forethought and wisdom, this was the day in 1988 that Mayor Charles Honeycutt announced that Glasgow was going to get, are you ready for this, a $300,000 community block grant to be used for the storm drainage project. We seem to have, rain seems to be the issue today in the archives where we were, raising money. You had for flooding and trying to, and it didn't stop the people at Fountain Run. But Mayor Honeycutt says we're going to get this grant and we're going to work on this storm drainage, and that was money well spent around here for sure, too, Sam.
It was, and those of us who remember before all of those improvements, the situation on Happy Valley Road was flooding.
Yes,
Anytime we had a heavy rain, it was a serious matter and disrupted a lot of folks' lives and businesses. So that was a great improvement.
For many years, that was the main thoroughfare through town, was right there on Happy Valley Road. And when you couldn't go through the main thoroughfare, it sort of messed up the whole town. But this fixed it, and we don't even think about it much anymore, but it used to be a big deal for sure. Okay, that was 1988. 1998, this is the story of Waynetta Rose Gentry. Waynetta is a Caverna High School graduate and Air Force Academy graduate who has graduated from the Specialized Undergraduate Pilot Training at CAFB Columbia, Mississippi. Her parents are Wayne and Rosie Gentry. Now, how's that for certainly some proud parents there for Waynetta Rose Gentry, graduating from the pilot training school there in Columbia, Mississippi. Pretty neat deal indeed. Now, one small problem here, Sam, is that I lost 2008. Hold on, here we go. I got it. This was the day in 2008 that the Industry of the Year was named, and on Friday we learned that our Industry of the Year is Federal Mogul. 10 years ago this day, the big news was that J.L. French was the Chamber Industry of the Year. I think it is only fitting that we recognize our industries, and it's easy to take them for granted, but it's good to know that we do stop and pause and celebrate. And it was 10 years ago that J.L. French was the Chamber Industry of the Year. All right, Sam, so there we have it. We've got history. We've got, problems with rain, problems with trying to deal with things around here. It's a part of everyday life. And it's archived for us to kind of appreciate those who came before us. You think that's a good way to put it?
I think so.
All right. And hopefully we will reconvene tomorrow. And I know that I just know that another person involved with the Harvest of History will be by here before our visit tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that, and we will jump into the archives at that time. Okay, sir?
We'll see you then.
Thank you,
Have
Sam.
a great day.
Thank you. Sam Terry helping us with the archives here today, as brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to us law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Find the next great piece for
Florence,
your home
tropical
at Barry
depression
River,
Florence, or remnants of Florence affecting our area. Certainly don't want anybody to get too concerned. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to have some rainfall and maybe even at times some pockets of heavier showers. Right now we don't see anything in the way of disastrous flooding, so we certainly don't want to paint that picture. The heaviest rainfall should be off to our north and northeast. But we do have at least a few showers and some periods of rain in our forecast here as we move on through today. But for the rest of the week, once we get past that, we should have high pressure settling back in and some beautiful weather. And with that area of high pressure coming in, we should see temperatures respond to a little more in the way of sunshine. So right now, it looks like the rain totals are most likely going to be anywhere from a quarter inch to maybe up to an inch in some spots off to the east. Some of the heavier totals may exceed an inch or two, where heavier showers may fall, even on up toward our northeast, Louisville, and as you head on off toward Richmond and points north of that. So roll through this morning with a few showers, maybe some periods of steadier rain, periods of rain this afternoon, 80. Rain showers early tonight, then we cleared as Florence pulls away, 65. Tuesday, sunshine, some afternoon clouds. How about this, 88. Wednesday, plenty of sun in the upper 80s, and we got a chance at 90 degrees or higher on Thursday with more sun than clouds. Let's go low 90s. Friday, a few clouds around upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. The constant coverage in studio radar screen shows an increase in the coverage area of the rain. The intensity is about the same, but the coverage continues to widen its way across Kentucky. We don't see any kind of thunderstorm activity out there that's fired up, but there is the potential of that after about 1 o'clock this afternoon. I got to go check the rain gauge in a minute. I don't know that we've actually ticked 1/100th yet, but we could have. I'll check it in a minute and see. 29.89 is the pressure. North winds at 5 miles an hour. 86% humidity. Waking up with 70 degrees at WCLU.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
TJ Sampson providing
I think that we are going to play trivia here this morning. That's right. We've got smart folks who tune into this show. 70 degrees, by the way. So, but before we do that, I need to do our person of the day. These are our people of the day. Today, by special request, we are patting on the back the employees of Federal Mogul in Glasgow. The plant Federal Mogul was named as the Industry of the Year at the Chamber Breakfast back on Friday. And today we are patting them on the back, thanking everybody there for their hard work, and let them know they are good as gold from WCLU and Little Taste of Texas. Federal Mogul, good as gold, and they are the Industry of the Year and have earned that for sure. So I told you that, and did I tell you that Madison Beckham is turning 17 today? Well, she is. And I've got Logan Sanders, who is being added to the birthday list as well. We'll get that one taken care of. Next, we're moving up to trivia. We have a new sponsor for trivia today. Let me tell you about it, and let me tell you about the prize. The new sponsor is Phillips Market, in beautiful Hyattsville, Kentucky. One of the neatest grocery stores you'll ever see. And Phillips Market is going to be sponsoring trivia. And here's what happens. We're going to ask a question. You're going to give us the answer. And we're going to put your name in the hat to win 10 pounds, a family pack of hamburger. Now, you can put that to good use. We're going to be drawing for that. I think it's going to be drawn on Friday. I'll wait and see. But I do know that that's what the winner is going to get. And at Phillips Market, they're looking forward to seeing you and looking forward to seeing how smart you are. You come out there this week. They got manager specials out there that you're going to want to save money on because of the fact, let me see if I can get this where I can see this. They have IGA bacon. A 12-ounce size is $2.99. IGA soft cookies, you know the ones I'm talking about. It's the ones that you can't just eat one of, or I can't. 89 cents for that package of IGA soft cookies. Also, in the bean department, we got IGA Pinto, Navy, or Great Northern beans, 79 cents for a big bag. And Texas Toast, it's IGA Texas Toast. Big 13-ounce size, $1.99. That's the manager specials this week at Phillips IGA. Who's going to get their name in the hat to go and enjoy a 10-pound package of family pack of hamburger at Phillips IGA? Here we go with a question for today. Which president is credited with starting the interstate highway system? We go to I-65. They are working on it like crazy because it's used a whole lot. But there's a president who had a great deal of effort into getting the interstate highway going. And who would that be?
About President Eisenhower.
That's exactly right. And who's this speaking?
Tommy Jackson.
Tommy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Henry.
Now, we hadn't had you as a winner on this show in a while. I know we hadn't getting the tough questions. You've just been a slow dialer, huh?
Well, I have, and a lot of smart people out there
That's
beating
right.
me to the trigger.
You know, I don't know, and I'm sure you've seen this because I've seen this before traveling, but in some states you can see a sign up that calls it the Eisenhower Interstate System.
That's correct. I've seen those.
And I hadn't seen any around here, but, you know, we just... he was, of course, you know, he had lots of experience in the war dealing with tough situations, and he was pretty wise in saying, we got to have this interstate highway system so we can get back and forth.
One of his great accomplishments.
That's right, no question about it. So when you're on the interstate, and when it's moving smooth, and when you're getting where you need to be on time, you can thank President Eisenhower. He's the guy that came up with that. All right, Tommy. Well, I'm sure you travel a lot on interstates. Eisenhower invented to go see folks.
I do, and let me, if I may,
yes,
give you a correction on your archives.
Okay.
You mentioned the young lady Gentry from Horse Cave.
Yeah.
Well, her dad and I.
What year was that?
88.
88. Okay, let me get over here because I'm gonna mark all the corrections, Tommy.
Alrighty.
All right, go ahead.
And she, you said that she graduated from the Air Force School of Flight Training in Columbia, Mississippi. It's Columbus, Mississippi.
Columbus, Mississippi.
The reason I know that, my youngest son, Mark Tyler.
Yeah.
His attorney office is in Columbus, Mississippi. So I've been out to the Air Force base there, and it's the only, I think, training center in the United States for Air Force pilots.
Now, you tell me you know this young lady's parents?
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay.
And they live in Horse Cave, Wayne, and I forget his wife's name, but we go back many, many years.
It said here it's Rosie.
Rosie, that's correct.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's Columbus, Mississippi.
Columbus, Mississippi.
Well, let me change. I'm gonna mark out Columbia and make it Columbus, Mississippi.
That would be correct.
Because if we're going to do history, we don't need to be doing inaccurate history, do we, Tommy?
Well, that's some facts there that I knew. And
I'm glad you do that. That's what I really appreciate people doing. Because, you know, in one day's time, we handle so much information up here, we have that potential to blow it.
Well, we all do.
And we got to have folks tuned in to help us get it right, Tommy.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put your name in the hat out here. You know how to get out to Phillips IGA, don't you?
I sure do, and I've been out there, and Trevor does a wonderful job.
Yes, he does. So we're going to have a drawing on Friday, see who can win that 10-pound family pack of hamburger, all right?
Sounds good.
Tommy Jackson, thank you, sir.
Have a good one, Henry.
Yes, sir, you too. All right, it's Eisenhower, Dwight D. He's the guy that said, this country needs an interstate. And the rest, as they say, is history. We'll play tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. And thanks to our sponsor of trivia. That's Phillips IGA.
CBS News special report. Florence is triggering flash flooding in the Carolinas. James Franklin, his home is in Trenton, North Carolina, is underwater now, living at a shelter in Chapel Hill.
People are driving around in their boats, surveying the area, but it's unlivable. It's unlivable.
CBS's Jim Krasula is in Fayetteville.
Things have gone from bad to worse in hurricane-ravaged Wilmington, about 70 miles southeast of here. Authorities say all roads leading in out of the city of 120,000 are underwater, and rain-swollen rivers and streams continue to rise rapidly. Officials are planning to fly food and water into the coastal city.
Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen on Twitter says she will go to North Carolina tomorrow to meet with state and local leaders to make sure that they have the support they need from the federal government. There are 18 storm-related deaths in the Carolinas. 580,000 customers spent the night in the dark. CBS News Special Report. I'm Gary Nunn.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out
for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce reporting. Farmers RECC has dispatched 6 linemen and essential equipment to assist cooperatives in South Carolina with power restoration caused by Hurricane Florence. Farmers RECC has been working closely with the Kentucky Association of Electric Cooperatives and with other electric cooperatives to coordinate restoration efforts. Farmers RECC crews were dispatched to Berkeley Electric Cooperative based in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, where they will be ready to restore power after Hurricane Florence moves through the area. 17-year-old Danielle Zilligan, along with her sister, 15-year-old Olivia Zilligan, went missing this weekend, according to the Glasgow Police Department. Both girls were last seen Friday leaving for the school around 7:15 a.m. before they were again located on Sunday morning. The two missing juvenile girls, again 15-year-old Olivia Zilligan and 17-year-old Danielle Zilligan, were reported to have been located and safe as of yesterday morning, and the Glasgow Police Department would like to thank those who provided information that helped in the Golden Alert investigation. On Wednesday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Weldon Park in reference to a female that had been dragged by a vehicle. Upon further investigation, officers determined that a female victim had her arm over the driver's side door of a vehicle being operated by Joshua Thies when he became angry and took off driving with her arm stuck in the door. He then made an abrupt right turn, causing her to fall to the ground. Joshua John Thies, age 29, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with wanton endangerment first degree. The arrest was made by Officer Nick Houchins. Also over the weekend, John Adams, age 26, was arrested for 2 counts of domestic violence, fleeing or evading police, and alcohol intoxication in a public place, first and second offense. The arrest was made by the Barron County Sheriff's Office. The Glasgow Police Department arrested Summer Ray Eagle, age 50, on charges of possession of a controlled substance, first-degree methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. John McPhee, age 42, was arrested by the Glasgow Police Department on charges of trafficking in a controlled substance, methamphetamine, possession of controlled substance third degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, and prescription controlled substance not in proper container. This information is according to the Barron County Detention Center's website. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Barron County.
939.
In more local news at this hour, Friday morning, the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce kicked off the Industry Appreciation Week at their quarterly chamber breakfast. This year's honorees for Industry of the Year are Federal Mogul. The automotive manufacturer recently announced an expansion to their facility located in one of Glasgow's industrial parks, the Idea Park on the south side of the city, manufacturing brake parts. Continuing with Industry Appreciation Week tomorrow night, it's the annual Evening with Industry at Barron County High School, followed by the annual Industry Appreciation Golf Tournament on Friday at Barron River Lake State Resort Park. In more chamber news, the 2018-2019 Leaders of the Future class was introduced at a press conference last week. Representing the Glasgow Independent School District are Lindsay Belcher, Emma Bunch, Maya Cassidy, Carson Connor, Catherine Harden, Caroline Murphy, Jackson Bauer, Grant Gatlin, Hewitt Lessenberry, and Nina McMurtry. Also representing the Barron County School District are Rachel Bertram, Rihanna Britt, River Byrne, Gracie Deckard, Aaliyah Kate Harper, Julia Kinsman, Flora Lynn, Macy Lockhart, Riley Joe Matthews, Riley Pritchard, Mary Schalk, Megan Shirley, and Sandra Ross. The Leaders of the Future program is a highly selected program available to 8th and 9th grade students from the Barron, Glasgow, and Glasgow Christian Academy school systems. The class began with a retreat at the Barron River Lake State Resort Park and will continue throughout the year with sessions in agriculture, government, law, media and marketing, healthcare, quality of life, and other areas. And in 911 activity yesterday, just after 2:15 in the afternoon, the Barron County Sheriff's Office, Barron Metcalf EMS, and the Park City Volunteer Fire Department responded to a possible wreck with injury at 117 Old Dixie Highway. That's a wreck with injury that happened yesterday afternoon at Old Dixie Highway. For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce. Right now it is 7:18 and 70 degrees. KNN News is next.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Kentuckians continue to provide assistance in the Hurricane Florence recovery efforts. Sunday, a group of nurses left for North Carolina to provide care in shelters housing Florence victims. The Southern Kentucky Red Cross has opened a shelter for evacuees. First Baptist Church of Bowling Green was available for the Red Cross to house and feed almost 30 evacuees Sunday night. One person is dead following a barricade situation in Breathitt County Sunday night. Scott Minix, a neighbor, tells WYMT he went out for dinner, but authorities told him he could not return home.
Well, we went out earlier and they told us we probably wouldn't get back in, but we didn't think nothing of it because they said there was a situation.
According to police, the suspect shot in a trooper's direction and then barricaded himself into a home. That person is dead, but authorities have not released his name nor his cause of death. The trooper suffered a non-life-threatening injury to the face. A heartbreaking end to a week-long search for a Rowan County child who was swept away by floodwaters earlier this month. The Rowan County coroner confirmed on Sunday that the remains of 9-year-old Bryce Combs were found nearly 2 miles from where he first entered the water. Ronnie Day, director of the Moorhead Emergency Management, tells WYMT.
You know, we were all hoping for a good outcome, and even though we didn't get that, we were able to bring closure.
Moorhead Mayor Jim Tom Trent Sunday night tweeted, quote, "Thank you to over 2,000 searchers that spent many hours looking for Bryce this week." State officials say utility truck rack manufacturer has decided to invest more than $1.3 million and create 25 full-time jobs at a facility in southern Kentucky. Governor Matt Bevin's office says Racket Truck Racks, Inc. plans to purchase and upgrade an existing facility in Clinton County. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to us law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
If they should make their child go to church. I realize that technically speaking, one does not go to church, one goes to worship. However, for the sake of understanding, we will use that familiar phrase, go to church. After they were told that they should, they responded by saying that making them go might turn them against church later on in life. How silly can you be? Let me pose a question. What do you say when your son decides that he does not want to go to school? What do you do when the child is little and did not want to take a bath? How did you react when your daughter was sick and did not want to take her medicine? Every right-thinking parent realizes the importance of these matters and insists that the child do what's necessary without giving that child the freedom to choose for themselves. Instead, that parent explains the importance of going to school, taking baths, or taking medicine when sick. So, Mom and Dad, take time to explain the importance of going to church, and after explaining that importance, simply say, in this family, we all go to church all the time, and that includes you. Oh, by the way, parents, that must include you as well. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
The following weather forecast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver and Referral Services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about Private Caregiver and Referral Services because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062.
So roll through this morning with a few showers, maybe some periods of steadier rain, periods of rain this afternoon, 80. Rain showers early tonight, then we cleared as Florence pulls away, 65. Tuesday, sunshine, some afternoon clouds. How about this, 88. Wednesday, plenty of sun in the upper 80s, and we got a chance at 90 degrees or higher on Thursday with more sun than clouds. Let's go low 90s. Friday, a few clouds around upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Looking at the constant coverage and studio radar screen, the rain seems to have increased west of I-65 more than what it has here in south central Kentucky. Still some light showers dotting the landscape, but it's more solid from about Brownsville, Kentucky, straight due north all the way into the greater Louisville area. There's where the heavier showers are, but some light showers out on the Louisville and Cumberland Parkway till about Russell Springs, and that's about where it is so far this morning. Let's see, the current conditions, the barometer is at 29.89, north winds at 5 miles an hour, 86% humidity, no precip of a measurable note, even though we all know we got a little sprinkle or two out there this morning, and there's more potential as the day continues. 724, 70 degrees. The weather brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards, Private Caregiver and Referral Service.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Auctioneer. 725 at WCLU. As we move forward, we are going to come up in a second here and do the birthdays. I want to remind you we're patting on the back today by special request the employees of Federal Mogul. They were named Industry of the Year Friday at the Chamber of Commerce breakfast, and they certainly, from the manager to everybody that works there at Federal Mogul, they deserve a pat on the back. for operating an industry that's very, very much something we're proud of around here. And let them know they're good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste o' Texas.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
When you hear Ralphie's, you think fun, and you think birthdays, and we have a bunch of special folks celebrating today in the birthday department. How about Calvin Wheeler now? Calvin is 62, and Calvin's wife called up to make sure that Calvin was on the birthday list today on his 62nd birthday. Number 42 for John Boyd Jackson. Eddie Pettigo out at Shaw's Body Shop. Eddie is having a big birthday today, and we want to be sure and congratulate Eddie on his birthday. Chastity Wyatt is 36. Logan Sanders. Madison Beckham is turning 17 today. It's Jonathan Jesse, who is 39. Krista Greer. It's Jacoby Botts. We have Greg Allen and his twin brother Michael Allen sharing birthdays today. Howard Bull, Mary Nunn, Charlie Lowry. Shirley Bacon has a birthday today. Melvin Atwell. Melvin is 51 today. And we have one anniversary couple. That would be the anniversary of Randall and Francis Cash. How about that? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online here, it's a simple click at WCLUradio.com. I want to make you aware of that for sure. And thanks to Ralphie's Fun Center. 70 degrees now at WCLU. It is 7:29. Drive with caution. Let's get where we're going safely here on this Monday morning.
Do you use a debit card? Do you get paid by direct deposit or have a monthly bill set up for auto payment? Do you like the convenience of online banking and the efficiency of e-statements? If so, Citizens First Platinum Plus checking account is for you. Stop by Citizens First today to open your Platinum Plus account and start earning real interest on your money.
Qualifications must be met each statement cycle to earn premium interest rates. Required minimum opening deposit of $100. Interest earned compounded and paid monthly. Interest rate is subject to change. Must be a Kentucky or Tennessee resident. One account per Social Security number. Member FDIC.
All right, we've got lots of folks watching on Facebook Live and on WCLUradio.com. Today, I'm looking at some of the names that Wes is flashing on the screen here. Chris Henderson is tuned in. We also got Lisa Smith Riley, who is watching us on Facebook Live. Gary Pierce, Deanne Lee Slinker Phelps, Karen Smith Clark having a birthday. Not having a birthday, but she's just tuned in today. Casey Goodman Murphy is tuned in. So is Miss Charlotte de Munburn Glass, Anita Houchins, Pam Gold is watching today. Bridget Kurt Gross, Miss Bridget, is watching the broadcast today. She knows about getting up early and doing broadcasting, and she's good at it for sure. I'm just not awake yet. But anyway, thanks for everybody watching on the Facebook Live and tuning in, and we just really like that fact that you're doing that. 731 WCLU.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins.
731 now, WCLU. This weekend, a big deal coming up. It's Cave City Proud Days. And it's unbelievable how many things we're going to be telling you about that's going to be going on in Cave City on Friday evening and on Saturday for Cave City Proud Days. A whole lot of music. Actually, there's a children's parade that's going to start like at 9:30 on Saturday morning. Actually, you gather at 9:30. The parade begins at 10. If you're 12 and under, you can enter. Each participant will receive a balloon at the start of the parade and a certificate when completed. And let's see here. Also, I want to jump over here and tell you that we're going to be telling you a whole lot more about the festivities. There's karaoke contests. I know that there's two excellent, well-thought-of bands that are going to be playing there this weekend at Cave City Proud, and a lot of other really neat things. So be listening up. We have the full slate, and we're going to be continuing to tell you about it as the week progresses. Let me fix Madison Beckham. I don't think she's at 19. She's not too happy that we made her only 17. Now, later on in life, Madison, you might want us to mess that up. But Madison Beckham is 19 today, a very nice young lady. And we want to wish her a happy 19th birthday. And somehow we got that she was 17, but that was a couple of years ago. And let's see, what else do I need to tell you? I think that's everything I needed to tell you for this particular break here. We'll come right back. We have some tidbit news shortly.
Hey, you're with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to its law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
And shrimp, too.
All right, we got a couple of belated birthday greetings to tell you about from yesterday. Let's see here. We want to tell you about Briar Bewley. Mr. Briar Bewley. I think Mr. Briar was 8 yesterday, so happy belated 8th birthday to Briar Bewley from yesterday, and also a belated 7th birthday from yesterday for Annabelle Wilson. Yeah, we don't mind being late. That's a lot better than totally missing the whole thing. So want to be sure that we have that taken care of for you. I'm looking around here, and in 60 seconds, Wes and I are going to share some tidbit news so that you know all about what's happening around you.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
I got the Tidbit News singers ready to roll.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Tidbit News from around the world and up the street. I was working on a theme song for today, but I didn't do that.
Didn't get through publishing, huh?
No, I thought that when you were moving that mic stand around, it sounded like the beginning of the album version of Thriller from Michael Jackson.
Okay, so I heard that song way too much over the week, when I was on vacation.
Yeah, because Hank loves it.
Because, you know, you're waiting in long lines.
Yeah.
I know it's bad parenting, but you give the kid an iPad and let him get on YouTube.
That's right.
And you ought to hear him singing Thriller. Yeah. He doesn't enunciate anything, but it's so cute. Yeah, Thriller. I mean, he just loves it.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of
but the best thing is when he tries to do the dance.
Yeah.
From Thriller.
It's got a funny beat to it, doesn't it?
It's funny when a 2-year-old does it.
Well,
soon to be 3.
We'll have to get the video on that and see what he looks like.
So here's the deal. I have video on that.
Uh-huh.
I can't show it to you.
Okay.
Well, I can't show it on TV. I can show it. Well, I don't know. I probably can't show anybody.
Okay.
My wife's in a towel in the background.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
All right.
So probably shouldn't.
You probably ought to just erase
Maybe I can edit it.
Well, I mean, you know, we get the idea. All right, I got a couple of tidbits here, and we have a rain theme song.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
songs about rain.
Songs about rain, and this is a good thing that happened as a part of what has happened bad as the hurricane and the associated terrible things that have happened over in the eastern seaboard. This is out of Virginia this morning, though. There's a Virginia man who said getting rained out while trying to mow his lawn led to his winning a $10 million jackpot.
Okay. How did that happen?
His name is Charles Martin. He is from Amelia Courthouse, Virginia. And he told Virginia lottery officials he was mowing his lawn after work recently when it started raining too hard for him to continue the chore. So Mr. Martin said he put the mower away, decided to stop by the 460 Pit Stop store in Blackstone, where he played a few lottery games. And one of the tickets that Martin bought was an Extreme Millions Scratcher game, which won him a $10 million top prize.
He'll never mow another yard again.
Quote, I scratched it and I about had a heart attack, unquote, he said. He said the store owner scanned the ticket to double-check his win. Quote, it must have been a good one because I can't pay it, unquote. Mr. Martin recalled the owner saying that Martin collected his check from the Virginia lottery this week. He chose the lump sum option.
Of course.
Which came to $6,570,302 before taxes.
Would you take the lump sum?
I don't know. I gotta know what the tax rate is first.
Here's the thing, though. If you take it in installments,
yeah,
what happens if you die?
Well, I mean, there's probably
that you can't. endow that to someone else.
Well, when you're dealing with money, you'll just have to, I think you take the lump sum and store it away somewhere. But anyway, the guy getting rained out from home in his yard still had a big payoff, I think. A big payoff.
Yeah, $10 million. Minus taxes, so like 4.
Here's another rain-related story. This is just funny because there's a great quote in this story. And I'm probably the only person that finds it funny. But anyway, this is Dateline, Washington, D.C. Unusual scheduling spawned even some unusual travel attire for the Chicago Cubs first baseman Anthony Rizzo. The 3-time All-Star wore a uniform complete with blue jersey and gray pants on the Cubs' early morning flight for a makeup game against the Washington Nationals yesterday. Then they arrived in the clubhouse with the same gear on. Quote, "It's all I got," unquote, Rizzo said.
We know why that's funny. We know the Billy Lindsay football pants story.
That's right. It's all I got. You know, what? You don't have, like a pair of shorts, gym shorts or something? No. It's all I got. The Cubs returned to Washington for the second time in a week after Sunday's game was postponed. The 4-day series, which included another rainout Friday and a doubleheader on Saturday, featured nearly, now get this, 11 hours in rain delays. Mm-hmm. Yesterday's game was scheduled on the only remaining common day off for the teams before the end of the regular season. So they had to fly from Chicago to Washington in what Mr. Rizzo says was all I got.
But see, they've got to play all 182 games because they've made it. Yeah. They've added so many people to that play-in game, and then the wild card picture. Yeah. Every game counts, and I saw Carol Lou sent me a video about the Cleveland Browns, and Cleveland Browns fans just haven't had a lot of luck lately, ever. Right. And it's about they're happy about they tied. It's not a loss, so we don't have to say we're 0-2. We tied.
That's right. You got to be smart somewhere.
I can't believe that's all the guy's got. He's got to have a huge contract. He should have a huge contract. He's an incredible player.
The Cubs won the game 4-3 in 10 innings, but that's all I got. Actually, that's not all I got. I got one more real quick.
That's all I had clean, man.
That's right. Surely he can get somebody to launder his clothes for him. And this story, there's another great quote in here too that I think could be interesting. The long arm of the law has caught up with an Arizona lawmaker, and he had to step on it to get it because the lawmaker in question has been bragging about driving over 120 miles an hour. You get this? Mm-hmm. This is a lawmaker, an elected official, who is bragging about the fact that he drives over 120 miles per hour. Mm-hmm. State Representative Paul Mosley had been summoned to court to face the charge of excessive speeding, but he didn't show up, and so that led to a warrant being issued for his arrest, and that got his attention. And he sped into court yesterday to enter a not guilty plea.
I'm sure he was driving the limit on the way, too.
Yeah, a not guilty plea to a misdemeanor speeding charge. Now, get this. Mosley told a sheriff's deputy who pulled him over in March that he had driven at speeds of 120 miles an hour or higher, and that he should not be cited because of legislative immunity.
Really?
I don't think such a thing exists.
I don't care who you are. That's dangerous if there's anybody else on the road.
That's right.
And you're not a trained NASCAR driver.
Man, I can drive 120. I've got legislative immunity.
If you want to go fast to do something, fix the deficit. How about that?
Yeah, that's right. Let's get some immunity going in some other directions other than, hey, I'm an elected official. I can drive 120 miles an hour.
I made a decision not to do this today because the devastation of a hurricane is not funny. Right. However, that video that's going viral about the Weather Channel guy where it's like the weather's terrible, but then there's two people just walking with ease in the background. You've seen it, right?
I have.
I thought about doing that this morning on your morning weather forecast.
Well, you don't want to get me started on that topic anyway. I'm thinking, I personally, and of course maybe I'm a little bit crusty, but I personally get no more of a feeling of how bad a hurricane is, whether there's an idiot with a microphone standing out in it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can read the meters. I don't have to see the hood on your parka.
That's gonna be bad for that organization.
Yeah.
But it'll like everything, it too shall pass.
I don't have to see it like that. I'm gonna stand inside, like watching the football game in a glassed-in press box. I can still describe the action.
Well, me and my wife were on the plane coming home yesterday, and I said, I'm going to do that. Then I got to thinking, you know what? It's not funny. I mean, this thing is it's ruining people's lives.
Sure it is.
And also read an article where it's making it to where insurance companies are. Well, they're just they're about tired of people are building homes all on the coast over there on the eastern coast, and they're wanting to get out of the insurance business because insurance is actually losing this time.
Sure. Well, maybe things will calm down and everybody will come to their senses.
I think so.
But that's what we have in the way of tidbit news.
It's good around
for today.
This is Whitney at Big Metal Oil. We would like to make a commitment to our customers to always check the best quality terminals for the cheapest fuel prices. We know that every penny counts, so count on us to make sure you have the best prices available. We try to make our products as convenient as possible. We can deliver any oils, hydraulic fluids, and greases in pails or cases on the fuel trucks when we bring your order. We also have a wide variety of mobile products in bulk and drums. Need your filter changed or your hose replaced on your fuel tank? No problem. Our well-trained fuel drivers will be happy to take care of that for you. We take pride in having happy customers. Don't forget, Big Metal Oil has 2 locations. Check us out at 219 Industrial Drive in Glasgow and 529 Smiths Grove Road in Scottsville. At either location, you're guaranteed to have the best and friendliest service around. Call us at the Glasgow location today at 270-651-5212. Big Meadow Oil, where every penny counts.
Elmore Realty and Auction will conduct a rare Friday auction that has many reasons for you to clear your calendar this Friday and attend. It starts at 12 noon Friday at 3303 Millstown Road in Park City. Included in this auction sale, lots of John Deere farm equipment, a John Deere Gator, and mowers, as well as Kuhn hay equipment, trailers, and a truck, and a large collection of well-kept tools. But that's just the beginning, because at 5 p.m. on Friday afternoon, the auction continues with over 50 firearms to be sold. Lots of different firearms, as well as gun safes, a huge selection of ammunition, and much, much more. Go online at elmoreauction.com and look at the brochure and other pictures of those items to be sold. And then make sure to clear your calendar and attend this sale. Remember, it's Friday, September the 21st, starting at 12 noon at 3303 Millstown Road.